Welcome to That Kind of Nerds Podcast, a weekly show that tells you what is going on in the nerdy world. I am CJ Mellon, joined, as always, by Josh Burns and Brian Thornton.
What up?
Evening, fellow nerds.
But Brian, what if it's the beginning of this person's day?
They're just starting their day.
It could be their drive to work, or maybe even their walk around the neighborhood. You don't walk at night.
You greeted them and they just packed it in. They just got out of the car and went back in the house. They're done.
I mean, maybe they work third shift. You don't know.
Touche.
I'm an equal opportunity greeter.
This is their evening, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this is your first time listening to the show, please go to intro.thatkindofnerd.com, learn a little bit about us, a little bit about the show, and then dive headfirst right into this episode. It is now time to turn our attention to the world of TV and movies in a segment that we call Screen to Stream. Starting with, which was perhaps one of the most effective trolls I have seen in a long time. I was flipping through my Reddit, right, just looking to see what was going on. And then in our movies, I saw Detective Pikachu full movie, instantly press the link, run a shortcut to download the video before I even watch a frame of it to be like, yes, I've got it. Before someone pulls it, I've got it. Only to find out, Brian, this was not the full movie of Detective Pikachu.
For the record, the most effective troll is the cave troll in Fellowship of the Ring. But this was pretty good, too. What do you want me to say? It's an hour and 40 minutes of Pikachu dancing to some 80s music.
Far more effective than the bridge troll in Monty Python.
No. He was not effective at all. Cave troll all the way. Cave troll for 2020.
I was obviously not the only person that was initially fooled by this, but then also very delighted to just see the commitment to doing this. It was, they did everything right to pull this off. At first they're like, yes, and they're like, oh, I got trolled.
They legit show like a solid 30 seconds of the movie,
right? Which
was kind of funny. Kind of got you feeling some sort of way. I wasn't trolled by it because the only reason I knew about it was because of this article. So
oh well,
I knew what I was getting into.
I was watching it in real time. I was very, very perplexed. So,
you were fooled.
I was fooled. I'm excited to see this movie. So I was at least happy to see that it didn't actually leak online and that people can still go to the theater to see it.
You just said you downloaded it, you lying son of a bitch.
You know why? Why? Hold on.
You know what? You were happy. I know what you were happy about. You were happy about, oh my gosh, I'm going to save me some time and money and concessions.
No, here's honestly, here's my thought process. I was like, I'm still going to go to the movie theater to see it. I will just now be able to watch it at my comfort of my own home when I want to watch it a second or third time. Or see if my kids can go see it and, play for the youngin'. But because piracy, Brian, is wrong, I'm glad that I couldn't do that.
It is. You wouldn't steal a car, so don't steal a movie.
That's right.
Like that old.
And by old, you mean 1998?
1998 was like 20 years ago now, bruh.
Oh, Jesus.
That's literally 2/3 of your life.
Well, the other thing that we got, though, was a trailer for the HBO series Watchmen.
Yeah, the Watchmen trailer. It confused me.
I am so confused.
I am too.
I'm watching it like, wait, why are there 30 Rorschachs? What is Don Johnson doing? Like, I'll tell you what, like Regina King. When I saw Regina King, I was very happy because I love Regina King. But like, okay, Don Johnson, okay. That obviously Tim Blake Nelson, great.
Jeremy Irons,
Louis Gossett Jr. Like what?
I'm gonna float a theory.
Oh, you have a theory.
Float a theory.
Okay, let's hear your theory.
And I don't know if this is right, but like, do you guys think this takes place after Watchmen?
Yes.
Because I'm feeling like, so Jeremy Irons is Ozymandias.
Yes. Which we already knew.
So, did we know that?
Yes. We did. It was announced in casting. We talked about it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No, I saw it. I was like, why are there 30
My question is, do you think this is current day just still in that alternate timeline? Like Watchmen took place in an alternate 80s. So, but do you think this is 2000s or do you think it's 90s?
Yes, I think this is the same timeline as the Watchmen movie. I think this is going to be based on the movie.
It can't be right after. Like, it can't be.
It's got to be like 30 years after.
It's got to be 20, 30 years.
So it's got to be like this this decade.
Now I get it. Now I get why there are 30 fucking Rorschachs.
It's a movement.
It's a movement. He inspired people. Yes.
To me, it seems like, when they were giving the press conference with all the police, they were like, we thought they were gone. We would never see them again. Obviously, superheroes are done, right? The police have kind of taken on a more superhero-esque approach, hence the masks, right? The yellow masks. And then, obviously, these group of people have found the Rorschach Journal, right? They've found the writing, found the newspaper, whatever.
Well, he sent it to a newspaper.
Right. But they actually read it. And
the newspaper had to publish it.
That's how the book ends.
But I want you to think about that society and where we were. I don't think people would have listened or published or actually read the Rorschach stuff, because that would disturb the peace that was created at the end.
No, but
yeah, but they didn't all go. They didn't all die.
First off, a newspaper is absolutely going to publish it, and it's going to create, just like, you got the people who believe it and the people who don't. It's just like there's probably this small faction of people who actually think, oh, well, this crap actually happened, and Ozymandias is a monster and what have you, and they've become their own movement. I mean, obviously.
There's just the Rorschach movement to try to bring this back. And obviously we still have a few superheroes showing up, because we got the guy in the silver mask thing. I don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy, but all right.
But they're creating all sorts of new characters.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm interested.
And I also don't know who's going to watch this.
It's HBO.
I know, but I don't know who's going to watch this outside of diehard fans of Watchmen. I don't know if this lasts more than a season.
Look, is this going to be on Sunday night at 9:00?
No idea. Is it?
Well, that's the thing. If it is,
didn't the trailer just say coming soon?
It did. What I'm saying is
the notes.
If Game of Thrones ends,
when Game of Thrones ends.
Thank you. Fucking dick. Thanks for reminding me. When that shit leaves my life, if they replace it with a Watchmen miniseries for a few weeks, like Sunday night at 9:00, you know who's going to watch it, Brian? Everybody.
Me and you.
Everyone.
I don't think everybody.
Sunday night, 9:00.
I think me and you.
That's time for HBO.
This goes right back to my argument that I don't think people are going to hang on to HBO once Game of Thrones is over.
I know, but like we just talked about, like the HBO has 142 million subscribers.
Yeah, and like 122 million of them are watching Game of Thrones and have HBO just for Game of Thrones.
That's not the only reason they have HBO. Come on.
Really? Come on. Okay. There is... What else do you watch currently on HBO besides Ballers?
Silicon Valley.
Okay.
And the back catalog. I just watched...
Okay, back catalog is excluded. You're talking like watching live Sunday nights. It's night for HBO.
Oh, the only thing I watch is Game of Thrones. That's it.
That's my point. And average populace is not like you, who's watching The Sopranos for the 6th time or watching a bunch of stuff. Like, they turn it on every once in a while to see a movie that might be rerunning, and then they have it for Game of Thrones. And once Game of Thrones is over, unless they're diehard Westworld fans, I don't see people hanging on to it.
Isn't HBO still the place where like the movies hit first though? Like Saturday night 8:00. That's the new movie.
they get the new movie things. I honestly believe this too, and this isn't just based off my personal and my personal usage of HBO, but I think HBO as a whole, more people are streaming it and watching it on demand rather than physically going to the HBO channel to watch it.
Yeah,
they're going online using HBO Go, HBO Now, and that's how they're watching the content.
Well, so that's not true. It's only 5. According to the data that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Right,
it was something like 5 million streamers, and the other 137 million.
And I'm imagining that's including Game of Thrones premiere night. And I'm with Brian. I don't think this is everyone sit down religiously Sunday at 9 and watch Watchmen. I think this is a show that definitely lends itself to, I'll watch it when I have the opportunity, when I have the chance, when there's free time. It's not like this is going to be all over, the quote unquote the water cooler talk. This isn't one of those shows. I think this is. I'm still going to keep HBO. And then when I'm thinking about maybe I'll cancel HBO, I go, oh, well, I can watch the Watchmen show, and people will stream it that way. I don't think this is going to be appointment TV.
To put this in perspective, the Watchmen movie only grossed $185 million.
Yeah, well,
which is a travesty.
But it made its money back barely. But my point is, like, and you're right, it is a travesty because it's a great movie. But my point is, that's the crowd you're attracting.
Well, I think
with
the
a
other-
completely new story in this universe that only people like this are actually familiar with. I don't know who's going to watch the show. I'm going to watch it,
right.
but I don't know who else is going to.
Well, speaking
Our
of
job to
things,
spread the word.
well, speaking of things though of going, who's going to watch
We're not
this?
Jehovah's Witnesses, Josh. We can't do that.
Speaking of things of who's going to watch this, and definitely not me.
Who's going to
is
watch The Watchmen?
It Chapter 2 got its trailer released, and
I'm going to watch it.
my
Chapter
big bag
2.
of Nope came out, and Brian, you can have it because no way.
Did you even
Is-
bother watching
Nope.
the trailer?
No,
Okay.
I'm never going to
Is-
see it. Why? I'm not going to see it.
Right. So I'm afraid to watch the trailer, but
Okay.
I loaded it up, and here's something I'm a little embarrassed to say. I can't tell if it's ever like I can never tell if it's Jessica Chastain or Bryce Dallas Howard. I never know.
No, those
Like,
two
this
are
is-
pretty interchangeable.
This is Jessica Chastain.
Okay. Okay.
Are you afraid of old people? Either of you?
Yes.
Okay, then don't watch this trailer.
I mean, I'm not afraid of old
There's a
people.
very creepy old woman
I'm not
in this
afraid
trailer.
of them, but like The Exorcist 2, there was an old woman crawling on the
Well,
ceiling.
I know how Josh feels about anything Exorcist related.
Man, like this is really difficult to talk about without either of you watching this
listen.
trailer.
Listen, here's what I want, Brian. You watched the first movie. You liked the first movie.
I really liked the first
So
movie.
If you weren't sold on the first movie, do you think the fact that maybe this looks like a good conclusion would draw you in to go ahead and watch the whole story? Do you think this is enough to maybe pull some? Now that there's bigger name actors, or there's faces that people know, the
I
kids
don't-
really
I
weren't
don't-
that.
I don't
known.
think the big names.
Nope. Nope.
The only
Nope.
name. Josh, are you watching the trailer?
Nope.
Hang on, I think Josh is watching the trailer.
I'm watching it on Facebook right now, and I'm nope. There's an old lady crying up the wall. No.
Oh, you're not even at the scary part.
It's gonna make me throw up.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, nope. Done. Out.
I'm done. I'm out.
Nope.
I'm out. I'm out.
Nope. I saw the clown with the eyes.
I'm out.
Thank you, Brian. Again, I'm no.
Couldn't even finish it.
Nope, could not
even
finish the trailer.
the trailer.
Nope.
You
Done.
couldn't even get to the end of the
Nope.
trailer.
Nope.
Nope.
It looks. I think it looks great.
Real quick, I went to this field. I've collected all these nopes. Would you like them? Because no.
I'll take them. I'll take them to the theater with me in September.
So, okay,
I'll tell
all right,
you
so
right
listen,
now to
so-
answer.
So I'm
to answer
out.
your question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I don't think it matters the name of the actors in this movie. The only name that means anything is Stephen King, and that's what people go to see these movies for. So if you didn't see the first one, this one's advertised very similar to the way the first one was advertised. If you weren't interested in the first one, I doubt you're going to be interested in seeing
I
the
was
second one.
very interested, and I watched 50 minutes, and then I was terrified to my
It was-
core and turned it
That's
off.
the point. It's supposed to. That first movie is so well done.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
That's why I watched it. You were like, "It's so well done. You need to watch this," and I did, and I went, "Nope." Like I got through as much as I could get through.
I don't like watching
this
TV or
trailer.
Go ahead.
So, okay, so the reason I enjoyed the first one so much was that it wasn't just your average horror movie filled with just dopey jump scares that you see coming a mile away or just gore for gore's sake. Like, it really builds tension and you are just seriously feeling uncomfortable throughout the entire film. And this trailer just does it for 3.5 minutes. You just feel like something's going to happen and you don't know what, you don't know when, but something's wrong with this old lady. And oh my gosh. And whether you read the book or not, this old lady was creepy.
That is not a feeling I enjoy. I like being made to
it was
feel
so good.
uncomfortable with like awkward situations, but like that's my horror. Give me the awkward situations. I love that. Like, but this thing, I'm not ready for stuff to pop out. Somebody's gonna catch a right cross.
Yeah, like this is no. I'm not a big fan of horror movies or slasher films either. And
I've become more and more a fan, by the way.
yeah, I know
I've been watching a lot
that's
of
the thing,
horror recently.
This is one of those things that if you didn't like it to begin with, right, you can ease your way into this and then become a fan. But for me, I don't have the constitution for it. I can't watch those movies. They're not for me. So I was thinking maybe James McAvoy, thinking of seeing Bill Hader and Jessica Chastain and other faces that you may know would be enough to go, all right, well, maybe I'll give the first one a shot, because if these actors sign on, it'd be worth it. But no, for me, I'm sorry. It's a no for me, Dawg. It's not happening. No, thank you.
Thank you, Randy Jackson.
Yep.
We appreciate that.
Not gonna happen. All right.
The spoiler cast of one.
Well, let's talk about some things that are going to happen. More importantly, the world of comics, and see how they're affecting TV, see how they're affecting movies. But most of all, how are they affecting Brian this week? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Cape Talk.
Cape Talk.
Okay, it is obviously time for us to talk about the trailer to Spider-Man Far From Home. I love the fact that this trailer comes with 45 seconds of Tom Holland being like, really, please, if you haven't seen Endgame, like, don't for the love of God watch this, your eyeballs will fall out and you'll be very mad at me. And he just has to preface it with that. And
That
then,
was cool, though.
it was nice. It was really cool. It's like, and if you have seen Far From Home, then enjoy.
And then they rolled the trailer and ripped me open again.
Yes. Yep. It's just like, hey, you know what? Time is starting to heal this wound just a bit, right? Got a little scab coming. Oh, we're just going to rip off the scab and I'm bleeding freshly again? All right, cool.
Yep. Yeah, I'm bleeding.
Cool. Yep,
All right.
Oh, there's the mural of Tony. All right, that really hurts real fucking bad. We're just going to open with him staring at a mural. Are you going to be the new Iron Man? Are you going to be the new Iron Man? That's the thing. I think that's going to be the question floating around this entire movie, and the question that honestly I have about Spider-Man in Sony and Marvel's relationship with each other. How far will he go to pick up this mantle? Obviously, a lot of question of the movie, and we got to see a lot more Jake Gyllenhaal, which
This is the best version of Spider-Man we've ever.
Oh well, yes.
I mean, it is just unreal how good Tom Holland is as Spider-Man.
Yeah. And the stories they're telling are really good Spider-Man
Really good stories. Yeah, absolutely. Brian. Fisky.
I can't wait for this movie. I think you completely skipped over the fact that they said there's a multiverse.
Yeah.
And they actually acknowledged that there could be a multiverse, which opens up the door for all sorts of stuff.
And all other,
Include Miles Morales, including all the Fox properties.
So here's the thing. Oh my God, you're saying that wasn't Peter in the noir suit.
And no, I'm not saying that.
No, we're not saying that at all.
I'm not saying that at all.
Nope.
But
I think you
now
just said
now
that.
you're screaming it for some reason.
No, he did not. I would like that. Can the court reporter please read back the statement?
I said it opens up the door for Miles Morales and all the Fox properties.
Yeah, there we go. That's what he said.
So
the defense is wrong.
This is a very convenient way to bring in the Fantastic Four and X-Men. But A, it visually looks amazing. B, I can't believe they pulled off that freaking fishbowl head. Even in that close-up shot, you're like, oh my gosh, he looks so freaking cool. C, yeah, Tom Holland and his crying eyes made me want to cry.
Yep. Rip me open.
D, I think Mysterio's a lying liar and he has his pants on fire.
Oh, he is a lying liar what lies, for sure.
But here's the
Most
thing.
certainly.
He's a liar who is pulling the wool over Nick Fury's eye.
Until they at the end reveal that Nick Fury is like, oh, I knew it all along.
I caught that.
Thank you.
No, don't. I caught it too. Don't reference it. He's not funny.
He invoked Marissa Tomei at me. So, I mean, there's at least some
Who is
funny
also
parts.
in this movie? It's all connected.
Oh, it's the multiverse. My cousin Vinny is going to be in the MCU. Look at these Utes with the superpowers flying around.
Just a little baby deer. Just drinking water.
Brian, you're absolutely right. I don't think we should glaze over the multiverse thing. However, I don't believe that that's going to be featured heavily in this movie, and
I don't think so either.
And I don't even know if it's going to be
point.
put in the MCU. But it's good to plant the seed to maybe see if they'll back end something into it. So it's
plot
interesting.
point that can be explored later. Also, with Peter and Happy crying together with the crying.
Oh, Jesus.
I cried, and then I wanted Happy to hug me. I couldn't. Plus, if Happy hugged me, I know Jon Favreau, and that'd be awesome.
So Marvel, in other Marvel news, they took the time to announce their dates for their next slate of movies. This is great. Just so listen, get a pen, okay? If you're driving, keep driving, but just search around in the cup holder. There's probably one there. Write this on your hand. The following movies are be coming out in the years 2020 and 2021. Oh, and 2022. Untitled Marvel film 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
This is going to be quite the saga. Untitled. Listen, there's so much. First off, I think the more interesting part about this article is that we're not going to get another Marvel movie after Spider-Man for 10 months.
Right.
It'll be the longest break between Marvel movies in years.
Let me unpack my attempt at humor, which always never lands, so I had to explain it, as is that. Marvel
Always
unveiled...
never. Laugh.
Always never works.
Always
too.
never works. 80% of the time works, none of the time. Marvel is giving us the dates for their next movies, but not what the movies are going to be.
They're gonna be called Stanley Presents Sit Your Ass Down and Watch. Because you're gonna anyway.
So I'm Not Crying, You're Crying 3 comes out on May 1st, 2020. Followed by, holy shit, I can't believe I'm still fucking crying on November 6th of 2020.
More importantly, there's a lot of stuff that they've been teasing about. I have a feeling, obviously, the Black Widow movie's in this. Obviously, Eternals, they've been talking about for a long time. They've been talking about Shang-Chi movie. All of those things can be in these movies.
Shang-Chi is like the first one, isn't that the May? I thought they were talking about that.
They have not said anything.
Wouldn't Black Panther 2 or Doctor Strange or The Eternals?
Doctor Strange 2, Black Panther 2, like, I just named 5 movies that
Another
all
Captain
of these
Marvel.
movies can be. Another Captain Marvel.
It could be anything. Could even be a boat. Who knows? There's just going to be a lot of movies coming out, but I think the bigger point is what Brian said. We're not getting another Marvel movie until May of 2020.
And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because it means they're going to fucking think about it and where they want to go after Endgame instead of just rushing to give me a steaming hot pile of garbage. Like, they've thought the entire Infinity Saga through. I want them to think whatever the next thing is.
Yeah.
Just as much.
Please take your time and get it together.
But also, in other news, 10 months gives DC some time to catch up.
Like they could do that in 10 months. I love your faith in Warner Brothers, Brian. Did they already hire you to go ahead and revamp things? Because otherwise, no. I do want to note, if you are going to go see Avengers Endgame for the 5th or 6th time, it now has a post-credit scene. And that is Tom Holland's trailer for Spider-Man Far From Home. They're just putting the trailer now at the end of the movie, so this way you can have all the feels and then watch more feels.
You know what's funny? It's not Marvel doing this. Sony is reaching out to theaters trying to do this. I don't know why. It kind of ruins. There's a reason there's not a post-ending credits sequence in Endgame, and doing that kind of ruins it.
Yeah, I agree.
So bad Sony.
I think it's
Bad.
one of those things where you're just like, oh, man, can you just let me breathe? Like, can you just let me wallow in these tears? Can you just let me go on before you show me a fucking mural of Tony Stark painted on the walls of New York? Can you ease up just a minute? I already cried with the little kid with the cheeseburgers thing. Now Happy's back, and all I can think about is cheeseburgers, and I'm crying. Ridiculous. All right.
On your next viewing of Avengers Endgame, you should bring cheeseburgers in.
Just hand them out after. Are you okay?
Just afterwards, be like, hey,
here you go.
everybody want
bag of
cheeseburgers?
burgers. Here's
There you go.
everybody. Yeah,
If you're crying, I have a cheeseburger for you.
I just hold a sign. Free cheeseburgers for tears. Or tears for cheeseburgers.
Only criers get cheeseburgers. If you're not crying, fuck you, no cheeseburgers.
It is now time for my favorite segment in the world, is where I go around the internet and I find the weird, I find the obscure, then I ask these two gentlemen here for a tech perspective. There have been many incarnations of us trying to figure out a way to play the Game Boy that feels like a modern way, a way that we can hold more than one game and not have to worry about dust taking a hold of my console. And now you can play your favorite classic games anywhere with BitBoy for the low price of $36. Here's the thing, though. This is a physical thing I can hold. It looks like a Game Boy. I've got A and B tactile buttons, Josh. I've got tactile buttons.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
this looks pretty legit.
What is it? It's preloaded. What how? What are we talking?
Oh, you need to copy your titles onto an SD card.
You need to copy your titles onto an SD card. It's super easy.
You just find an emulator site and just drag and drop, bro.
Buying it now. Everybody stop. I'm buying it now.
Hey, we need a sound effect or something for when we make a purchase on this show.
It should just be
Cha-ching!
cha-ching. Yeah.
But now I have to think about all the products that we've purchased on this program. Just so we have a running
I bought
list.
a robe. Speaking of robes, Josh.
No, God damn it.
Josh.
No.
Yes.
no.
Speaking of robes, Brian.
No.
I know we're in tech perspective, and I doubt there's some sort of high-tech robe we can talk about, but
There's probably one with like a charger in it.
Josh, I'm tasking you. Josh. It's getting a little warm outside. I tried to put my robe on last night, and I said, "Ooh,
too warm.
Too warm. I need like a thin, like kimono type robe,
Thinner
perhaps?
robe.
something that gives me some breathing room.
Yeah. Something that lets the breeze go through your boys.
Exactly. Hook me up, Buttercup.
Will do.
Let's send it to the rope section of our.
So, okay. So the cool part too about the BitBoy is that not only will it be able to play Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance games, but you can also play NES and SNES games. So it's pretty cool. It's one of those platforms that allows you to kind of emulate and do what you need to do. But I love the form factor, and I love the fact that it looks and feels like a regular sized Game Boy.
Josh, let me know if this works for you, because if it works well, I'm gonna get one.
So now you have an obligation to come and report back and let us know how
you hear that, Josh? You're obligated. Don't let this sound like work at all.
In a month when 9 to 5 Toys ships it to me, we'll talk about it.
All right, here's something that I know you won't be buying, and that's the Sero, because Samsung thinks that millennials want a vertical TV. Because when I want to watch Snapchat stories, I'm like, if only I could watch them 4K and with a Bixby remote. If only I could do that. I don't know.
Yeah, because everything's filmed in vertical.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Wait,
this
doesn't
product.
every freaking social media platform yell at you for filming things vertically anyway?
No, Instagram, Snapchat require you to film most things in a vertical format.
All right. Two things.
Go ahead. Temper the expectations, Josh. Go for it. Go.
I think first, the TV does flip 90 degrees, so you can have a 16:9 landscape.
Right. Yes.
Right.
Oh, so it rotates.
That's
exactly what I need my TV to do.
You certainly don't. This is for everyone who can't figure out how to turn their phone sideways. Because I don't know why, but if you AirPlay a video from your phone and it's vertical, it's like the worst thing to watch ever.
So here's the thing though. Go ahead. You continue entertaining.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying, it is.
It's the worst thing to watch. Yes.
So, and my wife does a good deal of vertical videos. So
much to your chagrin.
Much to my chagrin, this would not be a bad product for us because we AirPlay a lot of stuff. However, no, I just turn my phone sideways and problem solved. I don't need to worry about buying a TV that rotates.
And for instance, there's some times where we have a video or something that we created for our show, and there's a simple app that will letterbox it for me. So this way I'm not dealing with a stupid, vertical video.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this TV retails for $1,600.
Oh, that's too much.
And it's marketed towards the millennial people, right?
$1,600?
$1,600.
Okay, just
I
1.89 million Korean money.
Does the target market have that much?
No, that's the thing. The people who literally
the people they're marketing toward, they don't even have a house to live in.
Right. There's no way I'm going to fit this in my parents' basement or in the closet that I sublet out of someone else's house.
They're too busy spending all their money not eating at home.
Damn avocado toast. Now I can't afford my vertical TV.
Spending all the money on avocados and not on diamonds. They're ruining the industry.
And napkins and chain restaurants and wedding invitations. So to give an idea of Samsung's line of TVs, right? This is what they think. This is what's going to lead the industry besides some other folding shit. The Frame, which again is the one that has an actual picture frame on it and displays artwork and then turns into a TV. Nope. The Seraph, which is the same thing, but on a stand that looks like you bought it at the dollar store. Yep, like an easel.
It looks like you're presenting something at a shitty meeting.
Yep. The Sero, which is a vertical TV, which also happens to turn horizontally, which then just kind of looks like you left it on a display it wasn't meant to be on, like a sandwich board. And you're like, I'll put a TV on top of a sandwich board. That'll be
all
fine.
This shit looks like poorly made A-frames. It's just ugly.
It's really bad. I don't get this. No one likes vertical movies that much. I mean, let's be fair. Let's talk about how much we all love IGTV on Instagram, right? Oh, no one watches fucking that? Okay, that's what I figured.
You know what I would want? Have you noticed on the new season of Queer Eye, their TV, when it's off, displays the screen looks like their wall.
Yes, I want that.
That shit's cool. I'm good with that.
Okay, let's find out what that is too.
I know. So when it's off, it looks like there's nothing.
If only just to get me a little closer to the Fab Five.
Speaking of products that I know have been purchased because of this show, we had mentioned Star Wars, I think Converse, right?
Vans.
Okay.
Vans.
Dude, those Black Panther Vans are badass.
So Brian, I know, owns a pair of the Darth Vader Vans, which I believe were purchased on this show. Did anyone buy?
They were
No,
not
his
purchased.
mom bought
No, my mom purchased them.
But they were purchased because of the show, right? It was a
They were
topic.
purchased because of the
Right,
show,
they're
but not on the show.
Not on the show. So it is now time to unveil Van's next themed shoes, and that is Harry Potter.
I'm getting me a
All right, let me pull this up here.
there's
This should
no
be
there's no
interesting.
pictures.
No
It's
pictures
just-
yet.
There's no pictures? Well, fuck that shit.
It's
I already
just-
know what
it's just
Daniel
saying-
Radcliffe looks like.
It's just saying they're coming.
Oh, so actually, if you go to vans.com/Harry Potter, hopefully you're listening to this and they're available. But if not, I think you can kind of get maybe an idea of what the prints are going to look like.
What you can do is sign up to be notified, which is what I'm doing. Oh no, it's just going to be the houses.
Oh, sure. Of course, it's just going to be
Right.
houses.
Well, Gryffindor and Slytherin. I'm getting 2 pairs. You know
I'm going
what?
to get Hucklehuff.
I'm just gonna get 4 pairs of Gryffindors for my whole family. And
Sounds right.
We're gonna all wear Gryffindor.
Hold on, I'm gonna challenge, and I know we've had many conversations with
I'm
this.
going to get Ravenclaws because nobody cares about that house.
I think I could be a Slytherin pretty easy.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
Okay, good. Oh, well, that's good. I'm glad.
Wow.
The sorting
What
hat.
a
The
dick
sorting
thing
hat
to
definitely
say,
took.
CJ.
The sorting hat definitely took your preference into account, Josh. Otherwise, you would have been in Slytherin.
Episode 199. CJ's such a dick. He breaks the podcast. No episode 200.
Here's the problem. I wear so much navy that like Ravenclaw makes sense, except Gryffindor colors are also Washington Redskins colors. So like that makes sense to me. And now I'll finally have a pair of shoes that matches my hats. That's important. You should coordinate.
Damn right, Turtle.
Oh, Christ.
I don't really wear a ton of hats.
Anyway, everybody should go check out this Vans site. It's vans.com/Harry Potter. It's a really cool, they got a really cool design. They sort of preview the colors for you. You put in your email, they'll tell you when the shoes are available. And like me, you'll buy them for your whole family.
And as we discussed, people are very loyal to their houses. So
And like me, you won't care because you're not a huge Harry Potter fan.
Josh, this is normally.
You know what I did care about? Those Black Panther Vans. You know what sold out? Those Black Panther Vans.
Josh, you threw this article into our show notes here, and this is something normally I thought I would come across. So I was surprised to see that you saw it. A teenager is suing Apple, claiming that his facial recognition led him to a false arrest. Now, he's not just suing Apple just for pain and suffering and all that stuff. This kid was legitimately arrested. Police broke down his door and they thought that he vandalized and stole products from an Apple store. So he's suing for the sum of $1 billion
With his pinky up to his mouth.
Yes.
$1 billion.
$100 billion.
What?
Well, so here's the thing. This is based on surveillance footage from Apple stores. So like, okay, as 3 people that worked for a long time in retail, we know that there are theft rings.
Yes.
Yeah, and we know that they target specific retailers, specific products.
Right.
I mean, if this dude looked like another dude,
So here's what happened. The person who actually
Was he the
did
dude
this,
who looks like a dude disguised as another dude?
as another dude.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
What?
So here's what actually happened to. So someone came into an Apple store in Manhattan and decided to, I will now steal a bunch of shit. Apparently, the real perpetrator used a stolen ID that had this kid's name, address, and other personal information on it.
We have seen that exact situation before.
The photo obviously didn't match up.
Right.
And he claimed, they used this ID and some facial recognition software, the fact that this kid has been in this store before, because it's the Manhattan Apple store, and who
Which
hasn't
everybody's
been, there,
been in.
right?
Yeah.
I've been in there. You've been in there. You've seen movies. However, this is the best part. An Apple spokesperson came out later and said, just want to clarify something real quick, if I may. We don't use facial recognition in the stores.
That's right.
So, what's it going to do?
It's only on your phone and it's proprietary.
We found an ID with your name, your address, and personal information on it. So, of course, we went to you. And yes, we arrested you because, we have security cameras. Like, you're not going to be able to see everything. So my RB, my bad, sure, but $1 billion? Fuck off.
So they were okay. So the police were going off of store video, okay,
Right.
not facial recognition, unless you consider a guy looking at your face to be facial recognition.
Yeah, that's the guy right there.
Because
I recognize that face.
that's right. Because that's what happened. They were like, "Oh, it's this guy, and I have his ID. We're gonna go get him now.
Right.
He looks like this guy. $1 billion? Like, okay. I understand suing for damages. I do.
Yeah.
Like
This guy's name was on reports and
wrongful detainment and defamation of character, like all that stuff. Yes. You are probably owed tens of dollars.
enough for a Subway sandwich and a Subway pass.
Yeah, you should be able to go to Friendly's every day for a year if you want.
Right. A fribble every day. Every day you should get a fribble.
But $1 billion, you know what this sounds like to me? I served as jury foreman for a civil case.
Whoa, Josh, are you allowed to talk about?
Yeah,
this?
I'm allowed to talk about this. There's
Okay.
it's public record.
All right, just making sure.
The kid.
I'm looking out for you, bro.
Oh God, are we being told I have to shut it down? We have to shut it down, Josh. I was just notified we have to shut it down.
The kid was about to pass the statute of limitations for when he could sue this doctor. And he's suing the doctor for an injury. I'm not going to give you any specifics. An injury he sustained when he was 10 years old. He's now, by the way, at the time of the trial, he was in law school. So this is just practice. His father has a firm. So his father and his partners are representing this fucking pissant who
I believe it's pronounced pissant,
who maintains that because of a nail bed injury he sustained that was misdiagnosed by a primary care physician when he was 10, he doesn't have a Major League Baseball. And I'm on the jury, and I swear to God, I went, ha! And the judge looked over at me and was like, pipe down, dude. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. And then we went into the jury room, and they were like, you're going to be foreman. And I went, yeah, that makes sense.
20 minutes later, like, yeah, no, dog, you can go. We're gonna leave.
That's going to be a no from me, dog.
I'm sorry. Wow, 2 Randy Jacksons in one episode. Who knew? So yeah, anyway, listen, if you get falsely arrested by Apple, I don't know, just ask for a prototype iPhone and then, sell it to Gizmodo and then, see where that lends you. That's a callback that only a few of you fanboys will remember, and that's okay. I'm glad that you're along with the ride for us. It is now time for a segment that we don't get to do very often, but I think was important to talk about this week. Let's cut down some bushes and let's go exploring the Amazon.
Oh, the bushes.
Listen, have you been? There's no bushes in the Amazon.
No, it's a rainforest.
It's like greenery and leaves and trees and vines.
Thanks for. I've never been to Brazil. I apologize.
You obviously have never watched Man vs. Wild either.
You're thinking about Australia.
Australia has bushes.
Yeah, they got all kinds of, but you got to chop them down with machetes.
Wait, in Central Europe? I don't understand.
Australia.
Let's throw another shrimp on the barbie.
See, it's normally the other way around. So soon, you will be able to return. This is great for me, right? Soon you'll be able to return any Amazon package to any Kohl's starting in July. To which I go, but why?
Actually, that's a lot more convenient than
Or those stupid lockers or other things.
It most certainly is, but why Kohl's?
Here's my thought. Are you ready? Kohl's sells a lot of shit. Shit you wouldn't expect Kohl's to sell. So imagining
they sell like waffle makers.
I'd much rather take it back to Whole Foods.
I'm assuming you walk into Kohl's. They're like, I'd like to return this shirt. It doesn't fit. And they're just like, okay, well, we'll return it to Amazon for you. But would you like to go buy the same shirt here? That sounds like a great idea. And then you go to the Kohl's and be like, hey, look, a Spider-Man shirt. It's buy one, get 7 for free. Let's do it. So
you saved $400. You're like, I spent 10.
They come to the register. Holy shit. Your bill would have been the $1 billion that guy from Apple was suing for, but it's costing you 11 today.
That is Kohl's.
Kohl's are just trying to get you to say, hey, listen, if you're returning something from Amazon, you're going to get your money back, but why not just buy it here? Like, hey, we have the Apple Watch. Hey, we have Apple Bands. Hey, we got a Fitbit. Yes, get a toaster, a luxurious robe. Go get a waffle maker, pigs in a blanket maker. Do it.
Brian, that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Kohl's.
If you find one, you tell me.
I'm just going to buy it.
I think I got a Kohl's around.
Now, Josh, in actual pretty good Amazon news and kind of talking a little bit more about them as a company, you have an article here that Amazon created the expectation for 2-day shipping, and now it needs to scale back. But they aren't. They're launching.
Do they need to scale back because no one else can do it? And they're the only people who can do it. Are all the other companies crying like little whiny babies?
So walk me through this, Josh. What's going on with them?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. Like here's the thing. There was some chatter about Amazon doing away with the few day shipping. But like that would cause
a riot.
The purge.
Yeah, everyone would just cancel Amazon at that point.
That's right. Right. So like, all right. They are so big now that logistically there have got to be expansion costs. So I would expect something coming our way because it's expensive. Like shipping is not cheap. And like, you're like, oh, I want it in 2 days, but I want everything in 2 days. So it doesn't matter whether my package weighs 4 ounces or 40 pounds. I get it in 2 days. That's a little bit much. So like, I think what I read in here was that they're gonna start consolidating some of these deliveries. So some of your stuff may not get there in 2 days, but at the end of the day, like you didn't have to leave your house. Like you didn't have to take off your robe. You ordered it.
Well.
And then it came.
I ordered a couple things in my robe. It was really, really amazing.
Here's the bigger picture of Amazon's delivery thing, right? They have more distribution centers now than they did ever before. They can already ship to 72% of the U.S. population within 1 day.
Yeah,
like this window is not getting any smaller. It's making 1 day shipping the default now. It's, hey, I want 2. 2 is what the timeline's going to be. But most people are getting it within 1 day. It's getting crazy. It's getting more convenient. And the moment that changes, though, the moment the infrastructure fails, the moment that they can't deliver on those standards, it's a huge
but like you order a hairbrush, okay? You probably shouldn't expect to get that delivered. Like the box they're packaging it in, the bubble wrap and the cost of shipping is way more than they're making off your purchase on that hairbrush. And
right.
I'm using that because I've ordered a hairbrush for Zoe from Amazon. So like, I don't think you should reasonably expect that to be free shipping, or it can be free shipping, but maybe like just regular ground, like 3 to 5 days. That's all I'm saying. Like, and I'm not trying to be the bad guy over here. I just want everybody to be, if you're gonna buy stuff from Amazon, there should be a spending threshold, or you should have to stack things up. And then like already we do, like for Christmas we did consolidated delivery, right? I didn't want 100 boxes. I just wanted one big box, and I'm okay waiting a few days for that. That makes sense?
Yeah. The problem is,
I want all the boxes. It makes no sense. Give me all the boxes. In fact, whatever boxes you didn't use at Christmas, I want those boxes.
It's like, if there's some way to increase my carbon footprint, that's what I'd like to do.
That's what I would like, please.
If I ordered a bag of stress balls, if I could have each individual stress ball taken out of the bag, put into a box, and then have each of those boxes shipped to me.
I'm getting married, and for groomsmen gifts, I'm doing fidget spinners and fidget cubes. And there's 6 groomsmen. That's 12 items. I want 12 boxes, but I don't want small boxes. Ship them all in giant boxes.
If I can get into my door, that's not enough boxes.
Here's my question. Here's kind of where I kind of want to take your temperature. We've talked about Amazon's pricing model and how much would you pay for Prime and all that, right? And we were all said, okay, I'll pay the extra $20 a year now. That's fine. Whatever. No big deal. I'll pay an extra $40. If shipping, though, slips from 2 days to 5 days and it becomes like standard USPS and FedEx and stuff like that, and you pay a little bit more for, the 2-day delivery, is that enough to keep a Prime subscription?
This is a temperature you're taking rectally, I see.
Yeah, seriously.
If it goes from 2 days to 5,
CJ, I mean, how much more do I have to pay to keep 2-day shipping? It's $100 now, right?
Sure.
It went up to $120.
It is $10 $10 for every order that you put together that you want 2-day shipping on. So
No.
That's not free shipping. He's asking how much per year does he have to pay
That's
to
right.
keep 2-day
Sorry.
shipping.
I should be able to pay.
gotcha.
So $200? I'd pay $200.
Let's call it $230. $230 for a year. You get
Josh,
2-day shipping on
$200,
everything.
but then you have to burn another 40 in front of it.
That's kind of what I'm. That's right there. That's kind of where I'm. That's
What
I'm taking the
CJ
number
did.
from.
I was like, 200 is reasonable. He's like, let's ratchet it up a little bit.
Let's throw that $40 up. That would make problems
Dude,
go away. It would make
That's
it would make
2X.
shipping go away.
Like, I mean, that is 2.3x what I paid last year.
Right.
That seems like a lot. However,
and you still get all the other benefits of Prime. The audiobooks that you never
Laura
use.
will tell you that for the number of boxes that show up at our house, it's probably worth it. Except, I'd really have to do that math. Like, I'd have to see.
Josh, if you paid $200 and then the extra 40 you got to watch Jeff Bezos burn in front of you, would that be worth it?
Now his wife would burn 25 of that. So
That's a joke that if you don't follow tech or gossip trash, you don't get, and I'm not going to explain it to you. But Brian, what about you? You're not. I know you like Amazon, but I know that's not your daily or weekly life. Is $230 too much?
I'm trying to amp up my Amazon usage, not going to lie. The more things I can order in my robe, the better. Can I still order things in my robe?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to have Prime to order things in a robe.
Funny story, I ordered my robe from Amazon. Do I get to order more robes in Amazon?
you could. Yeah.
If I get a free robe every 6 months, $250 easily.
If I didn't have a Costco membership,
Right.
I would do more Amazon pantry, paper goods, things like that. But the cost per unit is cheaper at Costco, so I go there,
Right.
But like, I'd really like
This is the thing, though.
If this went up, I'd really have to crunch the numbers, and I don't want to do that math.
That's the thing. So I can definitively say today that $230 for you would make you pull out an abacus, and you would put on the visor with the green thing on it.
The green visor,
yeah.
the lamp with the pull string.
Yes, what you would do.
Get the little adding machine.
But Brian, what about you? What is your number that would make you question whether or not you would keep Amazon Prime?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
If they jacked up the prices tomorrow, does it automatically renew, or do I get to option, do they tell me before that happens?
Okay, Brian, I'm just going to assume for the
My
sake
point
of
is, if it automatically renews, I'm just going to completely forget
for
about
this
it.
thought, for this,
I'm not gonna lie. I still thought it was $100. Did not remember it went up by 20. So no idea. I don't know what my limit is.
man, we got a problem there. Let's assume I'm just going to, for the sake of this argument, you are a new Prime customer. You do not have Prime right now.
I would pay $100 a year for Jack Ryan every. So if it goes up to 200, I guess that means it would be 220. I'd be fine with that. Like, I would pay.
Here's my thing. Even if I didn't have Prime, I'd still want Prime Video, so I'm still paying almost $100 for that.
But you
right.
can
So the extra $100 to keep 2-day shipping, I'd probably be okay with
So
it.
we're both at 220.
We're all okay with 200, right? But the
No,
question
we
is
just said 220.
220. Okay, so we're all okay with 220.
But 230 might be a bridge
That's
too
what
far.
I'm saying. Let's put that extra $10 on that $230. Is that enough for you to go ahead and pull out the abacus?
My wife is rolling her eyes right now. Like, I've watched you put a product on the floor in the return line and walk out of a store.
No way you haven't.
Oh, I have. For more than $10. The line was too long. I left it on the floor and I walked out.
God. I wish I could live your life for an afternoon.
If I have to listen, I'm worth more than $1 a minute. That's just plain and simple. So, if I've got to wait 10 minutes, that fucking thing is sitting on your floor. I may take a shit on top of it, so you have to clean it up.
Listener, I want to turn it to you. I want to ask that question to you. How far is too far for Amazon Prime? What is the price that is? Nah, I don't know. I'd have to consider it rather than just that gut yes question. How much would Amazon Prime need to be for you to question your value for it? I'm curious to hear what you have to say. All right. Listen, we've got a lot of things coming up next week. Guys, 200 episodes.
Two bills.
Gonna be crazy. It's gonna be just weird for us to hit that number. But we need to hear from you. And we've heard from a few of you already. Well, we want to know how our show has impacted you, or just something that you have that you want to ask about us. We actually just had Nate Fox hit us up on Facebook asking us about a TV, asking us, hey, what kind of TV can I buy? What's a good bang for the buck? And Josh went real in depth on it, giving him the answers that he needs.
And some answers that he does not want.
That's very true. So, listen, ask us anything. We're open.
In the middle of talking about TVs, I once killed a man once. You know,
I think about his family every once
every
in a
time
while.
I just think about those cold dead eyes. It just keeps me up at night.
Listen, there was that. I thought that back and forth was really good.
It was really
Like,
good.
But like I went into full on sales consultant
Yes,
mode
you
where
did.
I start asking questions and let me solve for all your problems, not just
Just
this
want to let
one.
you know, listener, Josh went price shopping. Josh was like, you can go to this retailer to get it for this price, or you go to this one for get it for, but this one just got a better value, and we were talking about a little other stuff in there.
Look, here's the thing. If you ask me a question, I'm gonna do my very best for you, and I'm gonna interact, and we're gonna talk, and I'm gonna send you some stuff, and I'm gonna say, now go fucking figure it out.
Unlike if you interact with me on social media, I'll just ignore you and pretend that we don't exist.
What I have to do is I have to then I do it on your behalf, listener. I am like the middleman who goes to Brian and says, Brian, someone asked a question about this. And he's like, oh,
Like, well, why are they bothering me?
Oh, well, blah, 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 blah. Wait, this was a listener question? Yeah, this was a listener. This isn't you? No, this isn't me. Well, blah, 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 blah. And then I have to then disseminate that information into a text message and give it back to you. So the things I do for this show.
This is a true story.
This has happened on multiple occasions.
It has. It happens
It's,
all the
it's
time.
gotten to the point where CJ just texts me. That way he could just copy and paste my text.
Brian, I need
And
you
then
to
just
answer a
signs it.
question about comic books. I need you to do it soon.
He's been waiting. So anyway, I'm here for you, listener. I'm just
Wait,
the middleman to
who's been
facilitate
waiting?
things. No one's asking me
Am
the
I
question.
behind on my inbox?
No, you're fine now. I'm just the middleman. Obviously, no one's asking me the question because
Listeners, I'd love for you to not interact with me / interact with me / interact with CJ.
oh man. So listen, a couple things you can do: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Obviously, the social media channels. Hit us up. Send us your questions. We'll read them on the air. We'll answer them. You can also call or text 484-373-4119. Bottom line is this: thank you so much for this journey. I hope we have a lot of great stuff for you for the 200th episode. So please go ahead and contribute. Talk to us. Literally, ask us anything. We'd love to give you the opportunity to answer. And who knows what kind of answer you may get. So if you ask a sarcastic question, prepare for the sass that comes out of these guys.
Even if you don't ask a sarcastic question,
You're getting a sarcastic answer.
prepare for some sass.
That makes sense. All right. Well,
Sassy biatch.
thank you so much for making us your walk around your neighborhood or your drive to work. And we will see you next week.
Well, welcome to the club because you are that kind of nerd.
Listener, I just want you to know that the next about 6 minutes are the completely live to tape opening of this show. And now you will understand why I have to edit so much and why our stingers
you're not
are so
going to edit
incredibly
this?
long.
You're not going to put this at the end?
I am. That's what I'm saying.
should keep going.
No,
This
what
should
I'm
be like a
saying
half
is
hour.
I'm going to
Just
put
keep it
all of
going.
that right there. That whole
Let it ride, Josh.
this
What else you
whole
want to talk
7
about? What do you
minutes
got?
right at the end of the show.
What do you got? Let's talk about things.
Yeah, let's see how many limits I can test. Let's do that.
You know, you say you're going to use stuff for Stinger, but I don't hear it at all sometimes. You just lose it completely.
Dude, it was like 6 minutes of Stinger last week. It was great.
Dude, I
know. I'm just saying sometimes he gets rid of it.
I would like the record to reflect I have added more Stinger per your requests than I have ever done in the last
All Stinger.
30 episodes.
All Stinger all the time.
did.
In fact,
Hold on.
you know what I
We
found
had-
out last week? Last week I learned, and I want to do a poll. Can we do a poll? Let's put a poll up, and we'll see how many people, including Lara Burns, wants me to do another canned wine episode.
I got to pull up right now. You
Put that poll up on the
you
Twitter
crossed
sphere.
my wife with Lara Croft. There is what happened.
I did say Lara, my bad.
She's a
Whatever.
Tomb Raider.
I
So,
went British.
Here's the thing, and I solicit feedback from people that I talk to that I know listen to the show, and like almost all the time it's rave reviews, right? And I mean, I'm not tooting our horns here, certainly not tooting either of your horns.
Toot, toot.
However, people are normally pretty complimentary, and then every so often there's like it's a little choppy. And I was like, well, it didn't feel that way when we were recording it. Right. And it's really just about how far off the rails Brian and I go.
Yeah.
And then,
That then needs to be edited out.
And there's me going,
Right.
well, that can't hit the general public.
That's right. That's
We'll be
right.
shut down immediately.
and my, like, generally I'm like, look, it's really just the three of us talking. Sometimes CJ ends a topic and Brian yells, but like, for the most part, it's really pretty smooth. Unless Brian and I fuck something up. And then CJ has to cut all around it, and then that would seem a little choppy. And they're like, "Oh, that makes total sense." And I'm like,
Right.
"You have to, if you listen to this stinger, that's kind of how the whole 90 minutes goes."
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, poor CJ."
I've had people ask, hey, why don't you do like a YouTube live, kind of do a little bit live? People get to see a little bit behind the show.
Because you
something to
can't
talk
cage
about.
this.
And then
You can't control me.
I like, and that'd be pretty. And then you had the podcast that's a little more polished. I was like, if we just went live to tape, we would probably all be fired. We'd
There would be
somehow all lose our
politicians
jobs.
knocking at our doors.
There's a petition.org to make us get deported. I don't know what would happen.
There would be Democrats at my door, like, "You, sir, should shut up forever." And I'd be like, "Oh, well."
And I would have Jehovah's Witnesses going, can we save you in any way? Is there any hope? Is there any hope? No? All right.
I'd have Warner Brothers knocking on our door saying, "Please save our universe." I wish.
Everything comes up.
I wish. DC/Warner Brothers, please call me.
I would now like the record to reflect that we've talked about how going off the rails kind of takes the show crazy. Here we are, almost 7 minutes in, still haven't even gotten to the first.
I
Off
want
the
to be
rails.
clear.
Totally off
I
the
want to
rails.
be very clear. They can ask. I might refuse. Just saying. Maybe I don't want to. I don't want
might-
to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
you might
You should write them a
refuse.
letter saying, a handwritten letter saying that you
Right.
will take 1/7 of their current,
Did that work out for you when you did this?
No, but like, I feel like that's a good starting point. Like, if you're going to get in there, 1/7 sounds about right. I don't know why I feel that way. I just do. Well, I do know why. Because Jeff Fisher was set to make $7 million that year, and I wanted $1 million. That's why.
Wait. 1998 is old enough to drink now. I hope you realize that.
News you can use. So HBO's Watchmen trailer.
2001 is old enough to smoke.
No!
Just putting that out there too. That's post Y2K. So pre Y2K and post Y2K. See, I would love to be able to finish a sentence just once. If I could finish a coherent thought, maybe you would know what the hell I was saying.
Then go say it. Just talk over me. Don't stop.
I shouldn't have to talk over you.
This is what I have to do with all the time.
I'm speaking.
I literally am talking, and then you interrupt me with a modem sound every week.
That's funny. You're a dick.
Every week, I get interrupted by a modem sound.
You ask for it.
Yes, Brian, it's going to be an
You don't even do it right.
It's
You
an
really
alternate
suck at it,
dimension
dude.
because I'm the alternate Bane. Yes,
Happy Bane.
I'm the
You
alternate
wish you were.
Bane
You
here.
wish you were half the Bane I
I'm
am.
actually the good guy in Gotham. Come down. It's very nice here. We've got
You're
delicious
terrible at
pizza.
everything.
The water's fine.
Stick to your Irish accent,
There's
bro.
a young boy here who has quite a beautiful voice.
$40. I mean, I said earlier, I'll throw $40 at any problem.
Yeah, you'll just burn $40. Yeah, but I don't have that kind of disposable income.
If it makes somebody stop talking to me, I'll burn $40.
I mean, I need to save money for more robes.
Can you make me stop talking for $40? Do you think that's the price that would make me stop talking?
So, like, no, I don't think so. Like,
How much would it take to shut
if I
CJ up?
threw
No,
$40
no.
at you, you'd talk $40 more.
Well, you already
You'd
gave
be like,
me-
oh my gosh, he's paying me for my thoughts. He's paying me to talk. I should keep talking.
No. It's, he gave me $40 to stop talking. So I know there's a limit somewhere. How far can we go? Keep talking. See if another $40 comes out. If it does, you know he's got one more left in him.
The limit
Leave
is-
here with $120 and be happy.
The limit is a contusion to your solar plexus. That's what's going to happen. It's going to be a Drax style kick right to your chest.
Friendlies has died because of them.
Don't you kill my Friendlies. I need a Fribble.
Friendlies is dead. I don't know. When's the last time you
dude,
went to a
come on.
Friendlies?
There's a Friendlies right by
can't-
my house. I get ice cream.
You can't. No, there's right
better
there
ice
in
cream
Macungie. There's like
places.
2 like mom and pop ice cream shops that are
they're
amazing.
so good.
Yeah, but
I'll even give you Ice Cream World. Go 10 minutes out of your way.
the
dude.
inside scoop in Quakertown's amazing. Why are you going to Friendlies? It's
Ooh,
awful.
the
I
inside
could
scoop
walk
is-
there and it's late and I can just come right back home.
God, but it has that smell like it's Friendlies.
So just to give you an idea of the
You
Samsung,
know, that friendly smell. And not in the good way.
I don't know what that means.
It
You
smells
know
like
when things get too friendly.
Every single Friendlies smells the same, and the worst part is
I don't
all
even know
their
what that
food.
means.
All their food tastes the same.
Yeah, all their
Doesn't
food does
matter-
take this. Yes, I'll give
Doesn't
you
matter
that.
if you get chicken or a burger.
Yes,
they taste the same.
Yes, it's the
I,
same mystery meat.
Get the hell out of here.
Back in my youthful days, I used to go to Friendlies at least once a week, and I used to get a cherry Coke that they would fill completely like with maraschino cherries.
Oh, gross.
So it was mostly maraschino cherries and Coke, and I puked one time, and that was the last time
Josh,
I did that.
a 3,000 calorie drink will do that to you.
Hey, when I was 13, I didn't have to worry about a gut. I was just like, I was living life free, you know?
Josh, I will
I
tell
didn't
you,
have to go to the gym.
after every CYO dance at St. Ignatius, you went to Friendlies.
Yes,
That's
yes,
where you went.
yes. You're absolutely
So I'm
right.
stuck with those memories. And it's important to me.
You go to the dance,
And then you
you
go to Friendlies.
you get in a fight,
And
you
then you
go
get
home.
kicked out. Yeah, and then you go home.
Right,
Yep.
right.
So
Or
to give
in
you
my scenario, you go to the dance, you don't dance, you go to Friendlies, you don't sit with anybody, you watch the fight, you go home.
You just made Laura cry again. Good job.
Sorry. It's supposed to be a joke. Laura, let me be self-deprecating. Calm down.
You know, it must be cold there in our shadow to never have sunlight on your face. I'm sorry to quote Bette Midler, but it felt appropriate. DJ doesn't even get top billing. I go to her like, I get Brian and I, like, we have a good time and we're funny and blah blah blah. We wouldn't have a show if it weren't for CJ. So like, I don't really know what to say.
Capilla did the same thing. They're like, hey, what would you like? What would you change? And he's like, Josh, you just keep doing you. Brian, more lawn modem notice. And I'm like, oh, I guess I just, and I'm CJ. And I'm here too. I'm just a mushroom at this point. I'm just growing in the dark, wet.
Feed him shit and keep him in the dark.
Right, exactly it. I'm getting shit on this week. At least I'll grow stronger.
It's everybody stronger in the broken places. I just keep repeating that.
I have to edit a dark closet, but at least I'll make them sound good. At least Josh will sound intelligent. I'll take out a lot of those ums and pauses.
Oh my God.
You choose to edit in a dark closet, sir. We don't push that on you.
You're in the Kohl's return line going, I'm going to return this shirt. And
I have. That's exactly the product that I've left on the floor.
You're just like, fuck it, whatever.
No, I'm not waiting in this line. It's on the floor and I'm gone. That's it. I don't even care what you do with it. It's not my problem. I'm out.
Did anyone just see the guy who just left the shirt on the floor? Yeah, he just fucking left. Yeah.
It's like a $15 T-shirt.
Is there something?
Because that's my point. The story is not Josh left a shirt on the floor. The story is everybody in the line around him who watched Josh leave his shirt on the floor going, what the fuck is this guy?
That guy just fucking left the shirt.
Am I supposed to return the shirt for him?
Dude, is it all right? Is it soaked in urine? Should I touch it? Are we allowed to touch it?
Can I take it? Is this my shirt?
Do we call somebody? This is abandoned property, right? It's
Left
mine now,
it
right?
on the floor. Turned around. I said to the lady behind me, good luck, and I left.
I would just be like, fucking free shirt, and I'd go back home. I'll return this other thing later. I'm going home with this man's shirt.
The lady behind me probably returned it without a receipt. I don't know.
Oh my God,
This is going to be a great re-gift. I get to gift this to someone now.
But
Here's
I'm
what
not
you need to
waiting
do. No,
for
no.
this.
Brian, here's
I'm not
what you need
waiting
to
for
do.
this.
Give Josh something, not pretty expensive, right? But give him something that maybe you would want.
No,
right?
here's what I need. I need Laura Burns to have my phone number and just text me, Josh is going to Kohl's to return something, and I will be there.
Right. That's right.
And I'll just wait. I'll
Yeah.
wait until he puts that shit on the floor, and I will scoop it up and leave.
All right.
I can't do it.
I'm gonna die, so I need to. Out of this
If
way.
he dies, he dies.